Alrighty, friendos, welcome in. So in today's video, we're going to talk about 10 things that I wish I knew when I first started playing Phasmophobia. So as some of you may or may not know, I have a few hours in this game now, so I've definitely learned a lot. I've also taken some time to look back and be like, wow, I wish I would have known these things when I first started playing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Some of these things are going to be kind of beginner stuff, so some of you may be like, well, duh, I know that. But other things may be a little bit more nuanced, or things you may not have thought to think about. There is so much information I could give you about this game. If you want me to do another episode or even make this into a series, let me know in the comments below. There's a lot of more information I could definitely give you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. So the first thing I want to talk about, knowing the difference between ghost events and hunts in this game is super important. Now, there is nothing wrong with running if you feel at any point in risk of dying. Like, even if you run at every single ghost event, don't let your friends laugh at you. Don't feel bad. Like, it is always better to be safe than sorry and to hide if you're not sure if it's a hunt or ghost event. But the easiest way to tell the difference between a hunt and a ghost event is that typically when a ghost does a ghost event, they will like turn off the light or they'll touch a door and then immediately start walking. You'll hear footsteps or immediately hear like singing, and vice versa when the ghost hunts. You know, if the front door is open, you'll hear that front door slam and lock. And there may be a slight delay between when you hear the ghost making noise to when it starts walking, depending on the grace period of the difficulty you're playing on. Like, I believe Nightmare is a 2-second grace period. That means the point at which the hunt initiates to which the point the ghost actually can start walking around and killing you. So when a hunt starts, you're going to have that like grace period. So you're not going to hear like footsteps or the ghost moving right away. So that's another great indicator of when the ghost is hunting. But if, like I said earlier, if you're not sure if the ghost is eventing or hunting, it's always a good idea just to run and hide. And also, alternatively, you're not going to sit there and die to a hunt thinking that it's a ghost event. So the second thing I want to talk about is that you can actually control when the ghost hunts. And I may be thinking, Maggie, that's stupid. It's a ghost. It wants to unalive me. What do you mean I can control when it hunts? Well, most ghosts hunt based off your sanity. Except for like a few select ghosts have special abilities that allow them to hunt earlier, but most ghosts hunt under about a 50% sanity threshold. If you're playing on professional or below, you can actually look at the sanity monitor to keep an eye on your sanity, and to keep the ghost from hunting, basically all you have to do is keep your sanity up, which you do by staying in the light, so make sure the breaker's on, have the light on in the room that you're in, or you can even hold a candle. Holding a candle keeps your sanity from draining. So if you don't want the ghost to hunt, just keep your sanity as high as possible. And you can also take sanity pills to increase your sanity if it does drop. So if you don't want the ghost to hunt, just don't ever lose any sanity. Also keep in mind too, when a ghost events, if the ghost event like actually touches you or you walk through it, that will also drain your sanity. So keep an eye on that. And like I mentioned, there's other ghosts that can do certain abilities that drain your sanity. So moral of the story, if you don't want the ghost to hunt, just keep an eye on your sanity. And if you are playing on Nightmare or Beyond where your sanity monitor is broken, just stay in the light, hold a candle, maybe take a sanity pill every once in a while. And ideally, the ghost will never hunt you. You can just go about getting your evidence, bada bing, bada boom. Easy peasy. Now, if you don't keep an eye on your sanity, or if there's a potential that the ghost hunts, or you want the ghost to hunt, always have an escape route planned. So depending on where you are, where the ghost room is, always know your strategy for what you're going to do when the ghost hunts. So in this example, I know the ghost room is the boys' bedroom on my left. Depending on where the ghost hunts from, I have a couple options. I could go into the boys' room if the ghost hunts from outside there, maybe to my right, closer to the living room. I could go into the boys' bedroom, hide in the closet. There's also a closet directly in front of me, slightly to my right in the hallway. And there's also a closet in the hallway closer to the living room. So I have a couple options depending on where the ghost spawns. In this first scenario, the ghost starts hunting and I hear that it's spawning in the boys' bedroom. So I actually decided to go a lot farther away just to make sure that I broke enough line of sight so the ghost didn't see me hide. So I went ahead and went all the way down to the basement. Now in this next scenario, the ghost had just ghost evented in the hallway to my right. So there's a very likely chance that after a ghost events, if it can hunt, it could then hunt from that location. And that's exactly what happened. The ghost hunted from there, which is strange, right? Because the ghost room was the boys' bedroom. So I had to adjust my strategy. I went to plan B, and I went and hid in the boys' bedroom since the ghost was behind me, and I could break enough line of sight and go in there. So depending on where you are, where the ghost could potentially be, always have a route planned. especially a route and a hiding spot plan that's gonna break just enough line of sight so that you can get into the hiding spot safely. You actually can tell where the ghost is hunting from whenever it initiates a hunt. Whenever the ghost hunts, you will be able to hear where the ghost is actually spawning. So the next time a ghost hunts, listen. You'll hear like it growling, you hear blah, 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 you know, like insert ghost hunting noise here. And you can kind of like echolocate where the ghost is coming from. So with that in mind, you can actually like adjust your escape route accordingly. So this is going to stop you from running into the ghost. I know all of us have been victim of the ghost hunting and you're like, oh, well, this is my hiding spot, I'm gonna go here. Well, you actually are running into the ghost. So next time the ghost hunts, listen, you can actually hear which direction it's gonna be coming from and then adjust your escape route and hiding accordingly. So you successfully hid, the ghost is hunting, now you're trying to tell how the ghost hunt is over. The easiest way to do that is if you're in a room and the lights are on, you'll notice that the lights turn off. But if for some reason, you know, maybe the breaker's off or you don't have any lights on near you, the easiest way to tell when the ghost stops hunting is to go up to a light switch and try to flick the light switch on or off. If the light switch refuses to turn on or off, that means the ghost is hunting. Now, if you can turn the light on or off, the ghost is not hunting. Alternatively, if you're in a house with a TV, you can grab the remote and just have it on you or maybe near your hiding spot. And if you are not able to turn the TV on and off, that means the ghost is still hunting. And vice versa, if you can turn the TV on and off, that means the hunt is over or the ghost is just not hunting altogether. The next tip I want to talk about, breaking line of sight during a hunt. So when a ghost hunts, obviously you want to go hide, but you don't just want to like hide in front of the ghost or the ghost always have you in his line of sight because most ghosts, when they see you and they're chasing you, they gradually speed up with line of sight. So if you're able to break that line of sight as quickly as possible, you are one, preventing the ghost from speeding up gradually, and two, you're making it harder for the ghost to track where you're going. Typically when you break line of sight, the ghost is going to go to like where it last saw you. So if you're able to break line of sight and then keep going and making sure that the ghost can't see you, the ghost is going to lose you. Like if the ghost is right on you and you happen to like round a corner, or even round a couple corners, you can lose the ghost. 9 times out of 10, if you do this, you can very easily get to a hiding spot, even if the ghost is like right on your butt. So the power of line of sight is incredible. And there's actually a lot of spots in Phasmophobia where you can break line of sight just by crouching and you can still see the ghost, but the ghost can't see you. So you can like almost loop the ghost without it ever getting that gradual line of sight speed because it can't see you, even though you can see it. The power of line of sight, it's powerful. So this next tip is a pretty basic one, but not all of us may know this, but equipment attracts ghosts during a hunt. So this includes things like a flashlight, a video camera, a camera, UV light. Keep in mind, all of this equipment has to be powered on. Video cameras and cameras, they just have to be like in your hand. These will attract the ghost. So if you're hiding and you have equipment in your hand that is on, the ghost is going to be able to find you. So even if you hid perfectly, the ghost didn't see you hide, but you're holding a piece of equipment that is turned on, the ghost is able to sense that and will come and find you. So anytime you hide, first things first, make sure your equipment is off, including your flashlight. Even if you aren't holding your flashlight, but it's on, make sure you turn that off because the ghost will find you. Smudge sticks are the best item in the game. I am happy to argue with you about this, but it is the best item in the game. If you aren't familiar with how smudge sticks work, essentially when the ghost is hunting, you have a smudge stick in your hand, you also have a lighter in your inventory, and you hit right click while holding the smudge stick, it lights, and the ghost is blind to anybody, anywhere for 6 seconds. If you're going against a Moroi, it's longer, it doubles to 12 seconds. Basically what this means is you have 6 seconds to get away from the ghost, and this effect is global. Like you can use a smudge stick from the van and save your friends that are in the house. So smudge sticks are absolutely incredible, and you want to use them sparingly because you only have 4 per contract. But they are a tremendous lifesaver. A great tool if you want to get better at looping the ghost, because you can try to loop the ghost, and then if it gets too fast and you need to get away, just smudge. You have 6 seconds to run away. Easy peasy. Smudge sticks are also amazing because if you smudge the ghost while you're in the same room as it, it'll prevent it from hunting for 90 seconds. Other ghosts, you know, like a demon, only prevents it for 60 seconds, a spirit for 3 minutes. But this is an incredible tool if maybe you've used all your crucifixes and you just need the ghost not to hunt for a little bit so you can maybe find evidence or do objectives. You can just go to the ghost room or like go where the ghost last interacted with something and smudge that area, and boom, you're safe for normally 90 seconds. Taking pictures is a great way to earn some extra money. And it's super easy to do. Like anytime the ghost touches a door, you can take a picture of it. Anytime the ghost steps in salt, you can take a picture of that. Ghost writing, you can take a picture of the bone, the cursed possession. Like there's so many things that you can take pictures of, and it's such an easy way to get extra money and XP. And if you fill your journal with 3-star pictures, this helps you get a perfect game, because if you get the ghost right, all 3 objectives, you find the bone, you get all 3-star pictures in your journal, you get a perfect investigation bonus, which gets you even more money. So if you're still trying to figure out evidence, you're kind of hanging around, you know, waiting to get evidence, you could try to take some pictures, you know, put some salt down, get some footstep pictures, take pictures of fingerprints, or take pictures at the door if the ghost touches the door. Like there's so many things you can take pictures of, and it's a really good way to get a little bit of extra money. And then the last tip I'm going to give you in this video are custom difficulties. Custom difficulties are hands down the best way to farm money in this game. And there's no right or wrong way to farm money with custom difficulties. Unless you're playing on a 0 times custom difficulty multiplier, you're not going to get any money. But there's so many different modifiers that you can adjust in custom difficulties that can, 1, make the game more fun for you, and 2, can get you more money depending on how you like to play the game. Like I like to play the game with 0 sanity, 0 evidence. Like I like to get chased by the ghost the whole time. I don't like to sit around waiting for evidence. And so I have a custom difficulty that's about 10.5 times multiplier, and I'm able to farm money very quickly, very fast, and I enjoy playing the game that way. But maybe you don't like to get hunted, and there's other ways that you can have 3 pieces of evidence but still have a super high multiplier. So you just go into the house, find evidence, get out, and get a bunch of money. So definitely don't be afraid to mess around with custom difficulties. It's a great way to earn a lot of money and a lot of experience. But that's all the tips I have for you in this video. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to see me make another video with more tips, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, drop it a like. If you loved it, drop me a sub. Otherwise, good luck ghost hunting, and I will see you in the next one.